Hello, I'm Chrissy Seaton and welcome back to my channel. I just want to give a update on the author, Jeremy Haysham, who lives in New Zealand, and he has released his third book, and there's more to come, And the first two books you would remember, I have done videos on these. The first one was the Prophecies in the Gospel of Matthew, which was a black cover. And then the second one he released was the Prophecies in the Gospel of Mark, and that was a navy cover. And now his third one has been released, and that is the Prophecies in the Gospel of Luke, and that's a nutmeg or brown coloured cover. And I believe there's another one, it could even be out this weekend, I'm not too sure, but I just wanted to give a shout out and tell you a little bit about what's in this latest book he's released. And before I forget, you can get these books on Amazon. If you just go in and write in the title of the books, they will come up on Amazon. They're quite reasonably priced. Look, it escapes me the cost of this book, but they are, considering the quality of the research and the writing, the integrity of the writing, they are really a must-have series of books, especially for our dear brothers and sisters who are coming out of another faith, a Christian faith, etc. It is really something that you should look into, and Jeremy has spent a lot of time. He's a very humble man. He doesn't talk very much about his qualities and qualifications, but I've met this man and his family, and I can assure you that he has done his homework diligently. So I'm just going to read a couple of snippets out of this book now to give you an idea where we're up to in the third book. So, and it's called From Christianity to Noahide, the Prophecies in the Gospel of Luke. I'm going to read a little bit from the introduction just to give you an outline of what to expect in this book. And it has got some information on the back. So I want to read that out first to you. It says, the Gospel of Luke is the third book in the 4 canon Gospels. In this book, I explore the meaning of Satan, where Jesus said, I saw Satan fall like lightning from the heaven. He goes on and says, the concept of Satan is completely different in the Hebrew Bible compared to the Christian version. The Christian concept of Satan is based on the Persian version called Angra Mainyu, the god of chaos. I show that Satan is an angel that has a specific purpose and function in this world. He is not the god of this world or enemy of the Creator. He is a subordinate to the Creator. Satan is an angel who stands in the council of Elohim. Furthermore, Satan was not in the Garden of Eden when Eve was tempted. The original Hebrew Bible does not state that Satan tempted Eve. I show a different perspective of the Garden of Eden based on the literature of Isaiah, Ezekiel, and the book of Daniel. I reveal how the writers of the Hebrew Bible use nature to describe many aspects of human existence and its history. So these things alone are just a sort of, they are prompts to make you sit up and think, hang on a minute, you know, I don't know if I've heard this before. It goes on and he says, I examine the prophecies claimed to be about Jesus. And by the original Hebrew text, and then compare the difference to the English translations. The prophecies about Jesus have been manipulated and changed to try and blend Christianity with Judaism. Judaism and Christianity are not the same religions. Christianity is a mixture of many different religions blended into one. Christianity's true roots come from Egypt. It is based on Hermetic philosophy and the zodiac that has existed since ancient times. I show that human sacrifice contradicts the requirements written in the Hebrew Bible, and that Jesus' sacrifice on the cross would not be an acceptable sacrifice according to the laws of Moses. I show that everything that Jesus did in the Gospels is opposite to Jewish culture and their lifestyle, clearly showing the differences between both religions. The Hebrew Bible stands on its own. It speaks for itself. The Hebrew Bible does not have secret scriptures that reveal a hidden Messiah claimed to be Jesus Christ. The Hebrew Bible reveals the Messiah to come plainly and clearly. The Jewish Messiah to come, according to the Hebrew Bible, shows that he is the complete opposite to Jesus Christ, meaning that Jesus Christ is anti-Messiah in comparison to the Hebrew Bible's Messiah. So there you have it. Now, I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs out of the introduction because I really strongly urge you to read this if you're interested. If you're from another faith, then perhaps this is, well, so far these three books certainly are books that you should be looking at. Now, in the introduction, it says the Gospel of Luke was written around 80 to 90 Christian era. Some even suggest around 110. Common era is what we call it. CE was Christian era, now we say it's common era. Paul, the apostle of Christianity, wrote his letters around 50 to 58 common era. It is, I'm sorry for that, there's some drilling going on outside. I can't avoid that. I beg your pardon. It's well known the fact the author of the book of Acts was written by the same author of the Gospel of Luke. The writer of Luke and Acts wrote his works as if it was an eyewitness to all the events that happened in his Gospel and book of Acts. This is impossible considering the dates of Christianity's advent through Jesus and the date Luke and Acts were written. It goes on and says, when these books are studied carefully, one can see the discrepancies between these books, especially the writings of Paul. Now, it goes on in his introduction, and which I'm not going to read all of it. I don't want to spoil the information for you before you read it. It goes on here and says, all the Gospels, including the Gospel of Luke, make the reader believe that it was the Jews that had Jesus killed. This is not true at all. The judicial system would not allow Jesus to be crucified on a Roman cross. If Jesus was a Jewish person, that is. The Jews would have avoided this like the plague. Furthermore, the judicial system would have taken weeks, if not months, to condemn Jesus to death. In reality, Jesus would not have faced the death penalty. According to the Jewish Encyclopedia, the death penalty was extremely rare even at the time of Jesus. The death penalty was avoided at all costs. If the death penalty had to be performed, it would have been done by stoning, strangulation, beheading, and burning, each being a punishment of specific offences. So it wouldn't have been by crucifixion. So these are just some snippets I've read. Also want to make clear to you that Jeremy has studied the texts. He has studied Hebrew. He has come from a background of Christianity and worked through things that didn't fit right with him, decided to research, and he has done an excellent job in his research, not only in English, but also in Hebrew. And he has lived a previous religious life. So he comes with a lot of experience and knowledge, and certainly sought more knowledge and expertise as he proceeded on his journey of the difference between Christianity and Judaic faiths. And he is a Noahide and lives in New Zealand. So I'm very, very happy to be able to give you an update on his latest book. There will be more to come. Watch this space. I will mention them when they are available. But there's all sorts of things in here. I just, this is something that it was interesting for anyone, no matter what faith you're from. I think these books are probably will be life-changing for some people. Now, I know he's got another book already baking in the oven, and so it won't be long and that will be out as well. But in the meantime, these two have been out for a little while, and now we have this third one, and there's more to come. And I imagine the next one, of course, will be the Gospel of John, the prophecies in the Gospel of John. So please acquire a copy of this, share this information. It's very important. It's stunning, some of the things that are revealed in it. And for someone who has been of a Christian faith, that they really have a moral obligation to read these things and ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions of your religious leaders in your group or what have you, because I really think we all need to be responsible for the faith we pursue. And in order to be responsible about the faith we pursue, we must understand it and know that it is correct. Otherwise, we're being misled. So thank you so much for being here today and watching this video, and I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Sorry about the little noises I had in the background. It was just unfortunate. In the meantime, please take care and God bless.